Hey guys, it's I don't think I've ever made a video like this. I think I've tried to make videos like this before where I do like a story time with level. But either I really didn't like finish it or something happened or it was like in the middle of a video where I made a little story. I think a couple of my commentaries are like that where I do a story-esque kind of thing. Anyways, so it's story time, and I believe there's like gameplay of Uno when I'm playing with Zotek. If you guys want me to play with Zotek, let me know. Will be a couple months, but when he does finally get a PC again, I'll probably be playing with him a lot, or maybe some other friends. I want to do some more videos like that. But anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying the sorry, unedited. Way to go, me pushing that YouTube time to where maybe I can get a AdSense one day. Maybe, I don't know. Just like a ton of stuff. Anyways, so I'm making this video to do a story time about something that happened to me at work today. So I'm gonna say I work at a car wash, and I work at a popular car wash where we dry the cars after they come through the blowers. So if you've ever been to a car wash, you like, depending on what kind of like how it's set up, you enter the car wash, you go through it, and at the very end there's blowers. Well, I work at one where it's like very much we try to take best care of your car as possible. So like there's people at the front who will prep your car, so like scrub it if there's bugs to get all the bugs off, do anything else, call it hitches so the wrappers don't get stuck on hitches, or fifth wheels on the Jeep. And so the story starts with, there was a Jeep that I think the machine, like the computer that the guy hit the button for to retract the wrappers, which are the things that spin, it didn't retract. So he's like, hey, we gotta watch it. And he didn't let a van go through our way, because if the wrapper caught the fifth wheel and pulled the Jeep back or threw the wheel off, it can damage the van behind it, right? Okay, so he called out the van was probably not going to get washed. And so he's like, you're probably going to have to go and like tell them to go back around. And I was like, all right, it's already been said. And it happened. The machine messed up, the machine glitched. And so, by probably the title of this video, Story Time with Level, a Karen was inside the van. And me saying this is, I pulled her forward to be like, hey, hi, sorry your thing didn't get washed, and you can head back around. Except, I guess she might have pulled one of my coworkers up to tell, hey, I didn't get a wash. What happened? And apparently she was not happy. And when I pulled her up, I was like, yeah, it messes up sometimes. The Jeep in front of you messed up the machine because of the way it happened. And she was like, okay, that's fine. I'm not waiting in line. I have to go take my daughter to dance class. This is why I labeled her Karen. She's like, I'm late for dance class for my daughter, but I decided to go through a car wash, and the car wash messed up, so now I'm angry. And it's like, I'm like, well, sorry about that. And I looked at the line. The car wash I work at, we do cars insanely fast. We can do about, I think I learned we did about 300 cars by like noon, which that's very impressive. If you did not know, most of the car washes of the same nature around where I am at don't do that. They do maybe 300 in a day. We do close to 800 a day, and that's like a good day, and I think mostly in the summer, but in the winter it might slow down slightly. Anyway, so back to the Karen. That just described my job a little bit. Back to the Karen. I was trying to explain to her, like, hey, yeah, the machine messed up, and she's like, well, I'm not staying. I need to go. Is there any way you can wash off my car? I'm like, no, we cannot, but I can probably get you a like free wash. So when you come back next, it will just be free. It'll be on us. And she was like, I can't have that. I want my wash this off now. I'm like, well, I can't do that. I'm sorry. That's not something I can do. And she's like, well, I don't really care. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but I have to care. So basically what happened is one of the CSAs, it's one of the people who you gave the money, or they would tell you the plans and help you figure out what you want. He came over and he's like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, I want my car wash. And we're like, we can't rinse it off because it would take more time for us to do that than you going through the wash. And this is where the 300 to 800 cars come in. Because if she had, like, just listened to me, she would have been through probably at the start by the time the CSA guy came over. So, yeah, if you believe that, she wasted more time telling us she didn't want to go through the car wash. And so we just sat there being like, all right, fine. Sorry, but you gotta move. And she's like, well, okay, let me back up a little bit. She didn't say that. She wasn't happy with it. So we were like, all right, cool. Sorry. So like, what can I talk to a manager? And we're like, yeah, sure. Head over to the full service. Full service is where we go and like vacuum your car out. We do all the nice stuff for you, so you don't have to do it. A little extra fee, but I would say vacuuming, and vacuuming is definitely worth it. But so we're like, yeah, you head over there. She's like, but I don't have time. I don't have time. I gotta go to dance class right now. And it's like, all right, okay, we understand that, but you're wasting more time and you're wasting everybody else's time behind you because you're not wanting to go over there or you're not wanting to listen to us. And eventually she's like, all right, fine, I'll wait for a manager right here. It's a one-way street. And I say that it's literally like an exit. Like if you guys ever been to a car wash, there's like literally concrete on each side, so there's no way she could have left and no way for the cars behind her to leave. I had to sit there and be like, you can't sit here, ma'am. You gotta go. And she's like, no, I'm sitting here waiting for a manager. The more she said that, like a bunch of cars had already started pulling up waiting in line to get a car wash. I can't explain to you how panicked I was that I was like, I think I yelled at her. I'm like, sorry, ma'am, but you gotta leave. You gotta go to full service now. And she got very upset. I saw the upset look. She did the whole Karen face. If you guys have ever dealt with a Karen, you know what it looks like. It's very much like, wow, I can't believe you said this to me. And it's like, well, I can't believe you're sitting here arguing with me because you were mad that you wouldn't want to go through a car wash and your daughter might be late for one dance class. Unless if you're late all the time, then that's on you, ma'am. But, you know, I can't say that to a customer. Anyways, so she speeds off, like, spins her tires because it's wet right at the end of that exit, if you wouldn't believe it. And she misses the U-turn she has to make and speeds off. I watched her go around like the express lube. If you know what company I'm talking about, you know what. It's just safety reasons. I'm not saying the name. But so she shot around the loop and I eventually saw her shoot in. And I guess she had like a whole fit, was crying. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, ma'am. You were angry at me and said you're going to hold this whole thing up to a manager. Both my managers were busy. One was literally driving a car through a wash because I guess another lady had been complaining and bitching about it. And then my other one was dealing with the full service, which he can't really leave. So basically, we had like two angry women just mad at us for like no reason. And it was like, okay, cool. It was just one of those things where it's like, I wish Karens didn't think they were so, like, I don't know what this lady thought. She went to a car wash probably 10 minutes prior to her daughter being like, yeah, sweetie, this will be fast. Sure, it'll be fast. But then they didn't get washed, and then she got angry, and we're like, well, it's really fast. Like, again, we do about 900 cars a day average. So she would have got in and out. But instead, she felt like complaining, being a Karen about it, and that was it. It's like, that's my story time. I might, if you guys want to hear other stories from this car wash, I have a couple more. It's pretty weird. It's not really that odd that it happened. It's just, it's basically just people complaining about getting a car wash when they're paying very little for the car wash and then complaining about super small details that we can't help with. So yeah. Or I can just figure out more story times. I don't really have that many stories in my life, but I could probably figure out a couple more for a couple more episodes of Story Time with Level. So anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you didn't, let me know, and I probably won't ever post it again. And so, yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Have a wonderful good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are at. And my name is Level, and this is my story time. Bye!